people can see this. It's possible. And I think we're there. Oh gosh, there's a lot of you on tonight. Well, welcome. We're so glad you're here. Okay, welcome everyone. My name is Rachel Garcia, and I live in Jacksonville Beach, Florida, with my husband of 25 years and our two boys that are 15 and 18 years old. I'm going to be sharing some information with you tonight that I first found out about in 2008, 15 years ago. At the time, I had just opened a skincare retail store in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. I'd invested $50,000 in that. My husband had just opened a construction company. I had just had my second baby, and I worked 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. as a physician assistant in a medical practice in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. I went to school for 8.5 years and spent $100,000 on my education to be able to practice medicine. I wrote over 200 prescriptions a day. The days that I wasn't seeing patients, I was in the operating room cutting cancers out of my patients. So that was my crazy busy life. I was looking into additional streams of income for one reason and one reason only. I had hired a nanny because I worked 12-hour days, and my boys called her mom. She would send me pictures when they were at the lake feeding the ducks, and I'd be in the OR with my patients thinking, is this how it's always going to be? Am I never going to get to take off Fridays because those are my biggest money-making days? Am I just going to work the rest of my life away? And it's hard to walk away from when you make considerable income like I did. I made more than most doctors make because of the field that I'd chosen. And I did not have call, but I worked really hard Monday through Friday. And so I read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. And I started learning about multiple streams of income. And I started learning that the only true freedom is when you have, according to Robert Kiyosaki, a business in which there's over 100 employees, so that that's the only way you can truly walk away and have time freedom. And so the skincare retail store and the construction company, over $100,000 of our personal money, we invested in those two businesses. That was the year that my sister's son, Bo, was diagnosed with severe autism. He's the same age as my son, 3 years old. And it was 9 months to get him with a specialist. Bo screamed all day long at the age of 3. He was still in diapers. There was no way to communicate with him. He definitely didn't speak. And the specialist told us that he had severe autism. I have a master's degree in clinical medical sciences. So I'm like, what is severe autism? What does that mean, doctor? And he said, it means he will never speak. He will never have more than the mind of a 3-year-old. He will always live at home with his mom. And as my sister sobbing next to me, I just had a lot of questions, and I began to do a lot of research, and I wanted to know why he had it. Was it genetic? Was it vaccinations? What was it? And my research led me down this path that made me understand it likely had a lot to do with food, which freaked me out. And we started an organic garden. We got one of those big old expensive juicers. We started juicing. I started really trying to do the best that I possibly could to get omega-3s and greens and all this nutrition in my children's bodies and in my nephew's bodies. My nephew was at home with my children during the day as well. And I'm not going to say I was failing miserably, but it was really hard. I was doing a whole ton of research, more research than the average person does because of my background. I know how to read medical studies. Yet when I'd walk into the health food store, the guy would ask me, well, what can I help you with, ma'am? And I knew, of course, he makes minimum wage. He doesn't have a master's degree in research, and he's just trying to sell whatever is the hot item of the day. And so it took work to get the right things in my children's bodies. My brothers called me in 2008 and said, hey, we have this company we want you to look at. And I was extremely averse to looking at their company. Number one, I was businessed out with the construction company and the skincare retail store. But number two, somebody approached me at least weekly when I saw 60 to 70 patients a day in that Ponte Vedra dermatology office about an oil, a skincare company, a shake company, some sort of company. And I didn't like it. And I didn't like being sold to. And so I truly thought I was doing my brothers a favor when they said, we'd really like your feedback on the nutrition side of this company. So I agreed to take a look. And within minutes, I heard their message: cleanse your body of the toxins, balance out your pH, get your body alkaline, pour the plant-based nutrition in that your body is screaming for by building up your cells. And I said, this is truth. I heard they used it in a clinical practice, this cleanse, balance, build philosophy for 30 years, that there was a 3-year waiting list for people to get into the clinical practice just to get on this system. And they said, people didn't have to wait 3 years to get this knowledge. We're going to start a company. We're only going to spread it by word of mouth. That caught my attention. 30 years in a clinical practice is a long time. Somebody who's been doing something for 30 years, they know what they're talking about. So I said, I'm in. And I compared a little bit of what they had to what I had. What they had was good. I said, I'm in. I don't have to go to a health food store and deal with those guys anymore. Give it to me. All of it. Click of a button coming to my house. I'm in. And that's how I started in this in 2008. And within days, we started to see pretty tremendous changes in our house. I struggled with severe sleep, insomnia. I could go to sleep, but my mind would just race all night long. Within days, I was sleeping like a rock all the way through the night. My 3-year-old struggled with severe constipation issues. He pooped once a week. Don't bleed, don't cry. And my pediatrician told me to put him on Miralax. Don't put anyone you love on Miralax. It's antifreeze in a bottle. So I was trying all the natural stuff. Nothing was working. Within days, he's pooping smoothly, easily, like a Wendy's Frosty, which is how it should be, guys. My husband's transformation was pretty radical. I'm going to show you a picture here. And people, when they hear our story and they know my husband now, they typically tend to look at his physical transformation. My physical transformation was pretty radical. His was as well. It's not why we're here today, but it definitely catches people's attention. When I first started, this was me. I thought I was really healthy. I just spent $3,000 with a personal trainer. I'd lost a whopping 3 pounds. And I thought, well, this is maybe just my new weight after having 2 kids. 3 months later, I had dropped, I went from a size 14 to a size 8. So I had dropped a tremendous amount of pant sizes and I'd lost about 32 pounds. My husband also with the physical transformation, but mentally, he struggled with anger issues. He struggled with extreme depression. 6 weeks in, those crazy ups and downs were gone. It was marriage saving. And we took it to see my mom. We didn't take our stuff because who travels with their vitamins? And that Incredible Hulk came back. My son's not pooping. I'm not sleeping. It was a mess. We have not traveled anywhere without our products since then. But the big one was my nephew came in that Christmas and said, Aunt Rachel, what a beautiful Christmas tree. And I'll never forget it because this is a little boy who screamed pretty much nonstop. He just graduated from the high school that I graduated from this past May. Life changing. This little boy's transformation made me say, what the heck is this? Is Bo speaking because of prayer or is it like what we did here? And I did a small little grassroots study with a pediatrician friend of mine in Gainesville. And I'll just tell you, it wasn't just Bo. And so I began to become very radical about sharing this with others. So after 15 years of sharing this message, I'll tell you, there's 2 groups of people attracted to what we have. Typically, one group is very attracted to the health aspect. That was me. The other group is very interested in the income potential. They know that they need an additional source of income. They don't have time to go get an additional job. They're looking for a side gig to do from home without having to buy inventory, without having to create their own product. And they're looking for a way that they can plug in and do something. And I teach 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week that will create a weekly check for them. That's what we have here. Now, I want you to think of it as if you're in the year 2000. And somebody comes to you and says, hey, there's this company called Amazon. They're looking for distributors. They're looking for brand ambassadors, people who will talk about this company that we believe 20 years from now, everybody will be buying everything from them online, from school supplies to groceries to their Black Friday shopping list. It will all be done online. And if you become one of our brand ambassadors and begin to tell your neighbors and your friends about it, you're going to get a percentage of every single sale that's purchased as a result of you talking. Would you have seen it? See, that's what this is like. Health and wellness is the future. Everybody knows that sooner or later you have to take care of your number one asset. And then if you don't, it's gone. You cannot replace this. We can replace our phones. We can replace our cars, our curtains, the roofs on our houses. We cannot replace this. And sooner or later, people begin to recognize that what we're doing to this is very important. What makes us different from other companies out there? Oh, so much. Been on the phone with a number of leaders from other companies that sell things using this business model in the last couple of weeks because we're attracting a lot of people because one of our newest products. And I'm going to tell you what we have is different from what anybody else has. Number one, what you're selling should be for 100% of the demographic. It's just smart. Okay. If you're selling to just women or you're selling to just people who have children or you're selling to just the runners, that's a small portion of the demographic. My skincare retail store, just for the women who wanted to spend $100 a month on their skincare, very small percentage of the demographic. You've just made it harder for yourself. Number two, you want it to be a consumable product, not jewelry, not Pampered Chef baking products that you only buy once and never purchase another one, like my baking stone I have downstairs, not a vacuum cleaner or a water purifier, something people will run out of and need to repurchase. This is just good business sense, by the way, guys. If you're a business person, this is checking off boxes for you. If you're not, I'm telling you the things I wish someone had told me in my early 30s, okay? This is important, a consumable product. Most important is something that people repurchase over and over and over again. 93% of people who start with our 30-day servicing starter package repurchase over and over and over again, unsolicited. Why? Because of the results. Our products work. They offer a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. I cannot remember the last time a customer or a brand partner of mine returned a product. It doesn't happen because our products work. We're a 15-year-old company. We're completely debt-free. In fact, one of our owners is one of the wealthiest men in the world. We don't have money problems. We've made it past that sticky first 5 years. Did you know that 98% of companies go out of business in 5 years? So if you're in one of those startups and it's so exciting, good for you. I hope it's still here in 5 years. But the 2% that make it past the 5-year mark, 98% of those are gone in the next 2 years. We're 15 years in, we're debt-free, we're going strong, we're growing every day. We're not going anywhere. If you're going to spend your time building something, think strongly. Do I want to restart and restart and restart on a consistent basis? Or do I want to find a home, a family, and a community and products that literally change people's lives? Less than 100,000 Americans even know that this company exists. We're looking for people who want to, number one, consume our products. And number two, we're looking for a few who want to join with us to share it with others. Whenever someone questions the business model, here's what I say. When you start a business, all of the naysayers come out of the woodwork. Have you ever started a business? Like, come out of the woodwork. If you didn't know, whether it's a restaurant or a bookstore or whatever. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, I can't believe you're going to try that. Oh, I can't believe you're going to do that. And in the beginning, I would listen to the naysayers. I've learned over the last 15 years of doing business, listen to the people who are successful, Rachel. Listen to the people who are in the shoes you want to be in. Billionaires say that this is the best business model for people to get started in, who leverage their time, low overhead, low investment costs, create a financial income stream that you can then use to start other businesses. Listen to what the smart people say. This is why I started my 2 businesses in 2008, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. When this man came out with the book, The Business of the 21st Century in 2010, and he says in this book that the business of the 21st century is this business model, I was blown away. I had stumbled into this business thinking I was doing my brother a favor. My CPA was the one who told me it was a business. I was like, oh, no, it's too cheap to be this is not a business. It's too cheap. I mean, the investment for me to get started in this business was less than my monthly overhead for my skincare store. And I ate my investment. This is why I thought it wasn't a real business. We're going to teach you how to leverage your time. We teach you how to spend 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week building this so that you can create weekly checks for decades to come. I told you it started in a clinical practice. They decided to do a word of mouth, not referral basis, which I think is brilliant. If anybody asks me who's a great pediatrician, I recommend mine. He doesn't advertise. He actually doesn't accept any new patients unless it's a pregnant mommy because he only does word of mouth advertising. It's the best way to advertise. Here's what I've learned after 20 years of practicing medicine and 15 years of being involved with Pure. I believe that 99% of the issues we face with our bodies, disease and infection, are the result of these 3 things. We're toxic. We're lacking in nutrition. I just watched the movie Dark Waters. If you have not watched that movie, watch it. It came out in 2019. Yet, interesting, none of us have heard about it. Yet we were all sitting around during the pandemic looking for things to watch on TV, and no one has heard about it. Some of the biggest named actors that are in any movies talking about Teflon and the plastics and how these forever plastics are in all of our bloodstreams. Like 99% of Americans have these plastics in our bloodstreams, and it's poisoning us. These guys are spraying our food with hazmat suits and gas masks. We are being poisoned. We are sitting in front of our screens. Sitting is the new smoking. We're staring at screens. We're consuming too much sugar. We're acidic. We're not exercising enough. We're putting more bacon, meat, dairy, sugar, soda, coffee, bread in our bodies than we are plants. The book, The China Study, is the largest human population study ever done, proved that people who eat more plants than they do meat, dairy, sugar, soda, coffee, and bread do not struggle with disease and infection, heart disease, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, osteoporosis, migraines, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, dementia, like the people who consume more plants. It's too hard to consume plants, Rachel. Oh, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how to get more plants in your body in 30 seconds in the morning than your whole neighborhood gets in a week. We're totally undernourished. We're not eating what our parents ate. And the studies are showing it. Journal of Nutrition shows that more than half of our kids aren't getting the nutrition that they need. So we're trying to supplement. We all have pantries that look like this. We don't travel with this stuff. We take it for a couple days, a couple weeks. We don't see results, and we just pack it to the back of our pantry. We see another ad for something else. We go buy that zinc. We throw it in the pantry. We're going to replace all this. We're going to make it easy for you guys. You can't eat your way out of this situation. For over a decade, we've known. Studies showed in 2010, you have to eat 8 oranges, 80 cups of spinach, 99 ears of corn, and 2 cups of wheat to get what our grandparents got from one of each of those things. The answer is cleanse your body of the toxins, balance out your pH, your hormone levels, build your cells up with whole raw food nutrition. We have 7 eliminatory channels, guys. Remember, I'm a PA. Most people know more about their car than they know about where their pancreas and their thyroid and their liver and their kidneys are and how those things work. These are eliminatory channels, your lungs, your liver, your skin, your lymphatic system, kidneys, blood, and intestines. They have the job to eliminate the poisons that I was talking about earlier. Think about taking your car in for an oil change. Every 10,000 miles, the lights are going off. If you don't do it, the car's not going to make it 200,000 miles. See, but we put this thing, this body of ours, this irreplaceable asset, this home for our soul, through just torture. Well, it can handle it. Oh, my body can handle it. Oh, I have a migraine. Oh, I'm not sleeping well. Oh, I'm not pooping. Oh, I'm not losing weight. Oh, I'm not sweating anymore. That means your lymphatic system is clogged up. It's fine. It's not fine. And you will get to a stage in your life where you can't fix it anymore. I believe if you give your body what it needs, it'll heal itself. We've got to cleanse all the junk out, just like taking the car in for the oil change. But they don't just pour the new oil on top of the old oil. They get it out. And then they put the new good stuff in. We're going to get your pH balanced where it's supposed to be by putting more greens and alkalinizing foods in. And then we're going to build your trillions of cells up that are screaming for life. They're screaming for whole raw food nutrition, Genesis 1:29. Pour that nutrition into your body. And you will know, in 30 days, you will know. We have a whole wellness advisory panel made up of medical doctors. You go to any of these doctors and see them as a physician, they will recommend Pure products because they've learned like I've learned. Even though we use the physician's desk reference for me for 2 decades to write the 200 prescriptions a day, we've learned prevention is better than prescription. And a large portion of our products are featured or are in the PDR now because we have so many doctors recommending it. This is our starter package. We have over 50 products. I could talk for 3 hours about our products. I'm not going to do that to you. This is the basics, okay? 7 main products. When you consume them every day for 30 days, there's 6 things we typically see. Weight loss without trying, totally happened for me. Sleeping like a rock, totally happened for me. Energy levels through the roof, totally happened for me. Pain reduction. This was the thing I heard from all the nurses in my office in the very beginning. Are you popping Advil? Are you popping Tylenol? You're probably going to love what we have here. Bowel improvement. You should be going 2 to 3 times a day. When you eat, whatever was in your stomach from what you ate last should be moving through. It's called peristalsis. It shouldn't be sitting there for days on end. If it is, all the toxins and poisons from that eliminatory junk that's supposed to come out leaking into your body, causing all kinds of inflammation, autoimmune issues, problems. Got to get it out, guys. And lastly, your mood improves, but you don't notice it. Everyone in your life does. Why are you so happy? She's not freaking out about the underwear on the floor anymore. She's not angry all the time like she usually is. What's changed? Wouldn't that be wonderful? What if in 30 days, everything that I said was true? Well, we have a 30-day satisfaction guarantee to back it up. If you're over 40 or you're on prescription medications, I recommend that you start with our second starter package, the Core Complete. It includes these 4 superfruits, each of which have been used for thousands of years in the areas where they're grown for medicinal purposes. They've been studied in the US for 2 to 3 decades. Multiple clinical studies. What makes ours different from what you can find elsewhere? They're 1 ingredient products. Wildly harvested, have not been mixed with apple juice and pear juice to make them taste good because we Americans, we like sugary things. Sugar is the devil, lights up cancer. You don't want to be throwing sugar in your body all day long, okay? So these 4 superfruits are amazing. I highly recommend throwing the Core Complete on if, again, you're on prescription medication, you're popping Tums all day long, you can't get by without your Advil PM, or you're over 40. You're toxic. We need to get you cleansed out and pour a lot of nutrition in. One of the biggest questions I get is, how do we consume it? This looks too hard. It's too much. Can't you just give me a gummy vitamin, Rachel? No. No, that's not how this works. Your body's an amazing machine. You need more than just a gummy vitamin. You need to cleanse, balance, build. You need the omegas, you need the greens, you need the vitamins. These were my boys taking their shots that they've been taking since they were young children. Now they do smoothies in the morning. They educate on the sports line. People ask them everywhere they go, how did you get so big? How are you so muscular? They educate on it. One of them has a position in my organization and is making money off of his pure sales. He sells a lot of the sports line. And again, if you're looking to have your teen boys gain some muscle, we're all about the muscles in this family. We all work out quite a bit, and our sports line is tremendous. I'm not spending time talking about that tonight. I just don't have the time. This is my smoothie that I consume every single morning, and in 30 seconds, I get more nutrition than my entire neighborhood gets in a week. We have a lot of informational videos on purelifechangers.com. Those doctors that I showed you pictures of, educating on this page, lots of information on the products as well as testimonials. We have a brand new product that is blowing the lid off of our market. People are flocking to us. I mean, I think I had 35 customers, new people just coming in for this Pure Magic product in the last 2 weeks. If you're looking to lose weight, Pure Magic. It has a number of tremendous ingredients that burn fat. I'm sleeping like, oh my gosh, the sleep is so great. What I've seen is I've been with a trainer for 6 months. My fat has started to drop off even faster. I've been taking pictures of myself, weighing myself, doing my fat loss measurements on a specific fit track scale for 6 months. When I added this on morning and afternoon, my fat started dropping faster, my weight started dropping faster, and my muscle continued to grow. So I'm not going through my muscle. It is an absolute amazing product. We're seeing a half a pound to a pound of weight loss a day in some people that are consuming it. It's a brand new product. We also have a metabolic program, which incorporates the core complete products as well as the magic. And we teach you how in 6 weeks to get your metabolism going. And the weight loss we've seen, as you can see in these pictures, is quite tremendous. So if you're looking for a total overhaul, you know you eat too much or drink too much, the metabolic reset might be for you. Our Sensia product line is our brand new skincare line straight from Korea. It is all natural. It gives that poreless appearance, glass skin appearance, made of plants that have the EWG rating in all of the ingredients, which is fabulous. But most importantly, being somebody who sold the most expensive skincare products somebody can buy, 95% of test subjects are seeing results in 15 days, less wrinkles, less dark spots. I have social media influencers on my team who get on and talk about Sensia for 15 minutes and sell $5,000 worth of the product because they believe in it so much. These are people who sell makeup and they've seen a dramatic transformation in their skin since starting on the Sensia product. Also, we have just recently partnered with a company called Love Justice International. If you've seen the Sound of Freedom movie, we are all about helping to stop sex trafficking. So we've partnered with this company, and every purchase order of our collagen probiotic biotin product, I have a fantastic video on that talking about the hair and the nail and the gut and why this product is so tremendous. A portion of the proceeds of every box of this Me Collagen Pro that's sold goes to Love Justice International to stop the children from getting sex trafficked. They literally have thousands of people at the borders looking for children who are going into this horrible, horrible sex trafficking trade. We have a testimony site full of testimonies. I call it my TripAdvisor for Pure. You have to know me or somebody that I know to get into this page, but we have over 12,000 members now sharing their testimonies daily. I'm going to end by telling you, in the beginning, when I started with this, my goal was to help people with their health. And I would sit with people and I would say, it's a 30-day servicing. It's less than $10 a day. Your body needs this. And they're crying and they're, yes, I need this. And then they say, but I can't afford $289 for a 30-day supply. And after hearing that a number of times, I recognized we had a serious problem. We have a bigger problem than a health problem. We have a broke problem. People are broke. If you can't afford $289 for yourself, for your child who's struggling with suicidal ideations or ADHD or eczema or horrible allergies, you can't afford it. We have bigger problems. And so I'm currently looking for 100 people who want to lock in $10,000 per week of residual income. I'm talking, you go to Europe for 3 weeks and your checks continue to come in. See, helping people earn weekly checks is not hard for me to do. I've been doing this 15 years. I help more people earn checks in this company than anybody else. I help more people earn free trips than anybody else. But I'm looking for 100 people who want to truly lock arms with me to go change the world. Maybe you're listening tonight and this is you, maybe it's not. But my encouragement to you is get started, guys. This is the future. In the future, everyone will care about their number one asset and how they're taking care of it. This is a one-stop shop, and it is the best of the best. LivePure.com is where you go to get started. Throw in the family package if you have a family that you want to get serviced, or the Core Plus, which is our basic starter package, or the Core Complete. You can throw in whatever you want into your package, then go check out. It'll say, do you want to be a preferred customer? Yes. Choose to be a preferred customer. You get 25% off the retail price. No obligation to purchase again. No obligation and no membership fee. All right. But if you're watching this and you're thinking, I don't have $289, you need to be a brand partner. If you're thinking, I know people who need to hear this, you need to be a brand partner. Okay. So briefly, I'll walk through this with you. I have watched people's lives drastically change. Kristen worked the first 12 years of her girls' lives in corporate America and never saw them. She left that job in 2018, partnered with Pure, replaced that income working by her pool with her phone in her hand, and was able to spend the last 4 years that her girls were at home with her in high school, living life with those girls. If you are a go-getter and you're out there working hard and you don't have time freedom, maybe Pure is the perfect option for you. Her husband Skip did business with Phil Knight years ago. And as soon as he saw that Phil was involved, he said, I'm in. They earned $30,000 their first 9 weeks in. One of the first people they told was Cozy. Her husband had just died of cancer. She was raising 4 kids by herself. We helped Cozy earn $32,000 in 12 weeks. What did Cozy do? She picked up the phone and called friends and said, you've got to take a look at this. That's all she did. Cozy's not talking on this presentation. They would watch, and there were people who would say, I've been praying for something like this, and they would get involved. David and Lindley sat down on a Sunday in 2018 and called 50 people, invited them to watch a presentation. 20 watched the presentation, 13 decided to get involved, 10 as customers, 3 as business builders, $102,000 in their bank account 6 months later. Josh and Ashley got out of $30,000 worth of debt in 6 weeks. 6 weeks of calling people and inviting them to take a look. All we do is build a customer base. There's actually 2 payment plans here. One is for those who want to build a team. One is for those who are just looking for customers. Last week, we had people on my team make over $6,000 just from their customer base. If you have 20 customers who order 100 points of products a month, that's about 3 products a month, you'll make $1,000 a month. Customers turn into teams. You're growing 2 teams here. I show this picture first to address the elephant in the room. It is not a pyramid scheme. Those are illegal. Those are all gone within a year anyways. That's why Bernie Madoff's in prison. It is a plan in which instead of paying marketers, they pay us. Well, this looks like a pyramid. What do you mean? Well, the person at the top makes all the money, right? You mean like your job? Like where you have a boss, like my job, where the doctor made the most, then the CFO, then the doctors, then the PAs, then the nurses, then the secretary. You mean like that? I make more than the person who told me. I make more than the person who told them and the person who told them. I have people that I was with this past weekend in Texas at our corporate office who make more than the people who told them. Here's the key: equal opportunity. You go to work, you can make a lot of money. You're looking to build 2 teams. This is what I want you to see. If you join your friend tonight and you sit on it, which is totally fine, you can do that. They're going to keep sharing it. And as they begin to put people on their team, they put Linda on your team. They put Jason on your team. Linda and Jason's orders go into a savings account for you until you begin to share it. Wait, you don't know Linda and Jason and Stephen? That's okay. Whoever shared it with you is going to start to share this with others and continue to share this with others and build a savings account for you. So you get to benefit from other people's efforts because you took advantage of the timing. There's no cap to what you can earn here. $49 to get started. Monthly overheads, 3 products a month, about $115 a month of orders. Your body is worth $115 a month of nutrition. If you don't take care of it now, you'll be paying for it later. Go place your first order. I love the family package because it's $4,000 worth of all of our best products for $2,500. I was just traveling this past weekend. I use our skin defense on the airplane tray and on my hands rather than the yucky sanitizers that they give me. Our colloidal silver, which I just used in my dog's ears tonight, used for burns, used for styes, used for dog's ears, eye infections. It's got all of our good stuff, our vegan protein shake, our entire sports line. It's got our immune boosters. It's got the Immune 6 that has an inositol hexaphosphatase, plus 6 other ingredients that you should go look up if you're fighting the C word. And that's a product you will never go without. So all of our best-selling products are in this package. You're getting $1,500 of them for free. Plus, you're getting locked into the company's bonus program, which pays you additional bonuses on all orders that come in. first orders that come in. I also have a special VIP call once a week for people who come in with this package because you're on my VIP team. It's a Q&A call. We typically have 60 to 70 questions on that call every Tuesday night. We have biannual, twice a year leadership retreats specifically for these people that they're able to run for. And you have the opportunity to get the 6 and 7 figure earners on the phone doing Zooms with you if you come in with the family package. But you can start wherever you want. You can come in with the Core Plus and pay the $49 business to get your business, $49, and start with the Core Plus for $289. How do you start making money? You share it. We have 4 people who come in with the same package you did. You'll make your investment back. You'll actually be in the positive, and you're off and running. I'm going to end with this, guys. Livepure.com. Throw what you want into the cart. And lastly, you like to travel for free. We're really, really good at helping people earn trips. We have over 50 people going with us to Greece in September. These are all the people going with us to Greece, all walks of life, all colors, all ages, all different kinds of occupations. Anyone can do this. Our next trip is to Switzerland. There's no reason why you can't join us. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. We teach you exactly what to do and how to do it. 30 seconds every morning for more nutrition than your entire neighborhood gets in a week. And if you do nothing, nothing changes. So my encouragement to you is that I would recommend that you take a look. Think seriously, get back to the person who invited you, let them know what interested you most. Take care, everybody. Have a great night. God bless. Bye-bye.